Hello, Serge here from the back porch. Staying on the subject of setup determines the motion, I'd like to talk about again what we heard from DJ at the Bob Hope Classic. And on one of his first videos, he talked about he wasn't quite feeling like he was getting preloaded heavy right enough and getting a good turn into his backswing, into his load. And he started looking at his feet, and he noticed that he didn't really have the good 30-degree flare in his feet, especially his back one was turned in a little bit. And so he said he went to the range, and figuring that out, he noticed that with the foot turned in, and again that is a big problem for many of us, especially golfers who learned the old concept of turn the right foot in and cock your knee in so that you can turn against the inside of your leg and build up the torque on the inside of your thigh in here. And so the problem with that is if you're not that supple and flexible, as soon as you cock that knee in, and it's easily seen by the fact that the knee will be inside the foot, as compared to we want the narrower feet with wide knees, outward pressure where the knees are over the center of the feet, and that outward pressure is just like playing shortstop or waiting in the field for a ball. And so if you just get down in an athletically ready position, you see your knees are in line. But when you're into this position, especially with the knee cocked in, that knee being inside has no ability to externally rotate. See, notice when I go here how my knee turns just a little bit? It's over my foot and I just let it turn just a little. But the key is yeah, that's all we want. Because if you let it go too far and it gets outside your foot will roll over. That's no different than if you're a pitcher getting and you do this, or your tennis player serving and you go too far, you fall backwards. But the issue with golf is when we do this and we turn against that foot, the kneecap can't rotate, it stays on the inside, and if the knee can't rotate, your thigh and your hips can't rotate enough to get in and load into the backswing over and onto that back flex foot, so that you have flex knee, excuse me, so that you have the foot, the knee, and the hip in line with your shoulder, and you load into it again, just like the pitcher going back and sitting down and getting that little squat, that what I call that sink, or sit into your back leg. And that's why when we go down, then you push off and you swing up. But when you do this and the knee's inside, invariably once you keep trying to turn your shoulders, because this is restricting your hips, which is going to restrict your shoulders, and it tends to push you forward and get you ahead of the ball. So the concept of the flared feet allows the knee, when it's over the foot, to have that slight little bit of external rotation. So wide knees, outward pressure, we resist the forward knee turning, and as you notice, they both go together hit this way and they both go together that way. But when you get back into this again, we have a case where they tend to go against each other, and they're sort of pistoning, and then therefore the body tends to be going forward and backwards. And so the body starts pistoning or rocking forward and back. Here we can maintain a very level spine, have that very slight rotation, so we get that limited turn as we turn into the catcher's mitt and up the tree and then fire the other way. So the feet are critical to helping the knees properly externally rotate a little bit, and they rotate externally to the right a little if you're right-handed, and back and through. And so rather than going against each other. So that's why the knees are critical with the feet, because you build up from the ground up, from your connection to the ground. So when the feet are flared, the knees can rotate externally together, both to the right, then back to the left for right-handed golfers. And DJ figured that out. He talked about it in that video. So if you haven't heard it yet, get back on the site, swingsurgeon.com, and look for the DJ videos from the Bob Hope Classic, because all those videos he talks about setup changes, adjustments, slight adjustments that helped him get his swing where it's supposed to be, to feel correctly, so he could swing, make better swings, hit better shots, and shoot lower scores. And it'll work for you too. Well, that's it for the Surge today, talking about why the feet are flared, and I'll be talking to y'all again soon.